touchback. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. Wasting no time throwing on this drive. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf. Guys, let's chat a little big picture Auburn. Not sure if you guys saw this, but they had a big-time four-star running back give a verbal commitment last week. What's his transition going to be like, David?
First of all, everybody saw it. It's all over social media, right? The excitement of landing a guy of that caliber. And just, I mean, that creates excitement in the whole recruiting class in this next cycle.
On the run, it's Robinson. He's stopped for no gain again. Back-to-back runs, and they have nothing to show for it except facing a 3rd and long. Trying to pick up a 1st down. He might want another play. On 3rd down, he drops to throw. He uncorks a bullet to the right. Pulls it in down the sideline. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
Wants to throw on 1st down. That's reeled in. It's Coleman.
And as a quarterback, when you're facing man coverage, you've got to find your best one-on-one matchup. That receiver did a tremendous job. Quickness, changing direction, out of his break, able to create separation. There was no question the quarterback was going to target that receiver on that play.
Grab near the marker. It's Simmons. They knock him down, but not before he picks up a 1st down for Auburn.
Now, you've seen the evolution of these slot receivers. They're just matchup nightmares. They're hard to get your hand on. A lot of times, they're off the football. You can't jam them. These guys are so productive, and offenses really feature their best players most time in those slot positions.
And this one will be stopped for no gain. These two rivals first played in 1893, but there was nearly a half-century, guys, when they didn't play each other because they got in a fight over, among other things, gate receipts.
Yeah, listen, I've been lucky enough to broadcast this game before, and I'll never forget being at Bryant-Denny Stadium and just feeling the energy. It was just completely different versus anything I'd ever seen in college football before. David, there's a different meaning to this game for both of these schools in the state of Alabama.
Yeah,
and the heat gets home. They knock him down back at the 45.
And they get to the quarterback and get the sack. That's a big emphasis for this defense. They saw a week ago, this offense gave up 3 sacks. They need to get to him early and often and create some indecision. Nice job getting a sack early in this football game.
Quarterback floating away from pressure. Finding open areas. Looking for room at the 30. He goes out of bounds across the 25. Marking at the 24. And this defense, its head is spinning. The Tigers started this drive backed up in their own end, and now they've moved into position to score. Going for it all. And good coverage and better hands by the defender to knock it down in the end zone.
Really nice job by the defender knocking that one away in man coverage. And he knew coming into this one that he was going to get attacked and they were going to throw his way. So he's showing you right now. He is dialed in, locked in. Really nice job on that cover.
Yeah, and it's a nice job by this defense. Understand, listen, that QB is a threat. And they're going to run all kinds of options, and he's going to run the football. They were dialed in and got that sucker to the ground.
Already well within field goal range. Wonder how aggressive they'll be on 3rd and long from the 22. From the gun, wants to pass. They get to him as he throws. He's got an open man. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but there
example of a quarterback and his intended target both being on the same page. The timing was almost perfect on that play. That's why they were able to convert the third down, now setting up first and goal.
The Tigers trying to get a touchdown on first and goal. He'll take it himself. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Auburn!
And how about the wheels for the QB? You can tell, man, he can roll, and they're going to use him. This is just the first drive. You see him going for the touchdown. I imagine we'll see more of that guy running the football with that kind of speed.
And the extra point makes it 7-0. They put it in the end zone with a 12-play scoring drive. And it was closed out by the short yardage touchdown. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. Looking to pass. It's Russell. The sure hands, it's Hale. Turns it on in midfield. Oh, he found a space on the right. Touchdown, Alabama! Once he got some room, it was over.
And how nice is it to have a playmaker like that I can get the ball out of my hands, right to him, and say, all right, dude, you got jets, you can fly, catch the slant, make some people miss, outrun some angles, and get all the way to the end zone.
And the extra point was good to finish things off. From a couple of yards deep, he'll bring it out. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. So here comes the Auburn offense. They unleashed an aerial assault last time that took them right to the end zone, David.
So, Reese, with that drive, I think you've accomplished something you wanted to accomplish. Make this defense think. You put them back on their heels. Now, shoot, Palmer, you might be able to slip a few runs in on this drive to really jack them up.
Yeah, I like that idea, but I also like the fact that speed kills. They've got it at the receiver position, so if you've got one-on-one matchups, man, take advantage.
They're dealing with a second and long. Missed his receiver there. It's incomplete.
In football, you hear the term quick, but don't hurry. And you could tell when you run these RPOs, the QBs want to make that decision quick. And I think he hurried it a little bit too much. Got the ball out quick, but obviously was inaccurate with his pass.
Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Flushed out of the pocket. He throws one to the left. Intercepted, and that total goes to 16. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
And we've called his name a lot, and that's interception number 6. That's 6. He just continues to find ways to find the football and make plays for this defense.
Looking for a man. It's Russell. Pressure coming. And the quarterback will be slung down back at the 43.
And the defense gets a sack, and that's going to be the big determining factor in this football game. A week ago, he only got sacked one time. They've already got him on the ground. If they want to win this football game, they got to keep getting after the quarterback.
Time to take a shot. And they wanted it all on that incomplete pass. Instead, they're looking at third down.
And how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved when I'm on defense because it messes with the snap count. It messes with the communication, and it can really rattle an offense.
This Auburn crowd trying to conjure up a little to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Fires left. He makes the catch. They stop him short of the sticks, and it'll be fourth down. And they'll send out the kicker to try a field goal. This whole place going to see if this kicker can operate in a sea of noise. Oh, and he missed it. No good. And after the first quarter miss, guys, we're still tied up.
Hey, sometimes I just feel like fourth down, man. Just go for it every time. Like the field goal miss, make, rate. And listen, kickers have improved the last couple of years, but you left some points off the scoreboard there.
Use the play fake. Now to throw. On a little time, lets it go. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. Taking it the other way.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
The Tide offense rolls onto the field. They missed a chance to put up 3 points the last time they had it, and now to try to get a score on this drive. He wants it all. And he can't find his man as he was trying to pay off this red zone opportunity.
I love the attitude by this team now. You just got a critical takeaway. You're set up in amazing field position down in the red zone. Take a shot. Go right now. Throw it. Don't even wait. There's 0 head.
And makes the grab in the end zone. Touchdown, Crimson Tide.
Really nice job by the quarterback there of just letting the play develop. He had his eyes down the middle of the field, and I think when he saw that deep middle area vacated, he said to himself, I've got a guy running right into that area. I'm throwing this thing on time, and this is going to be a touchdown. That's exactly what happened.
And the PAT gives him a 14-7 lead. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he's going to bring this one out. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Good news, I guess. A lot of room to work with as they start this drive from their own 15. Maybe some confusion on the snap count there. That's maybe what caused the false start. Either way, offense is penalized. Motion from the wide receiver. They'll go to the air. The short hands. It's Coleman. Oh, he's got some space. And he's brought down at the 40-yard line, and that'll be a first down.
Get the big-time receiver involved early in the game. That's a huge key for this offense, no matter who they're playing against. But you can see, with his size, with his ability after the catch, this guy is a weapon, and he's putting this defense on alert early.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. And he runs into a wall. Maybe got it back to the line of scrimmage.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
Holds and fires complete to the right. Running through contact. He'll go out of bounds right at the 30-yard line. A big play as this offense in business. We have the early makings of a quarterback duel, as these stats will show you. They've swapped into the field, and we're ready to go in the second. So first down here as they go back to work. The give to the back. They'll get him on the ground after a pickup of 3 to the 28.
And these RPOs always put the defense in a bind. But listen, you give up the run. They get a short little gain. No harm, no foul.
They got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. Running back searching for a hole. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
And, man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground? That is a ball.
On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Chucked it away just as he was hit. Has no choice but to throw it away, and it'll bring up 4th down.
I'm impressed with this defense, man, because that QB is lightning fast. You see how fast that defender was able to get to him and force the incompletion? Wow.
It's good, and that was dead solid perfect. That'll bring him to within 4.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but, man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
He'll bring it out. It's Adams. He stopped at the 23, a couple yards short of where he would have been with a touchback. Here comes that Alabama offense. Last drive went for 6. We'll see if they can do it again. To the air. It's Russell. Not quite in rhythm there. Incomplete. Let's talk about Alabama. I'm sure you guys saw this. One of the top running backs in the country, 5-star guy, gave a verbal commitment last week. What's the expectation for him as soon as he hits campus?
I mean, you don't get 5 stars very often. And you get 5 stars for a reason, because you are a dude. He is a man-child. They want to get him in the door now. They wish they could already have him signed, but the excitement is going to really build for this young man.
Makes the catch. It's Hale. Just what they were looking for to get this drive rolling. They're out to the 35.
Well, when you're running the drag route against man coverage like that, as a quarterback, you got to put the ball out in front of your target. And when you do that, you give the guy a chance to then advance the football up the field, pick up a first down like they did right there.
They'll snap it on first down from the 35. Trying the left side. Breaks the tackle. He had all kinds of company as soon as he got it. He had to fight his way back just to get to the line of scrimmage. Guys, let's chat about Alabama. Boy, did they have a big pickup in recruiting. Stud in the secondary. 5-star defensive back. Gives them a verbal. What a huge boost for this program, David.
This is enormous. Getting a guy in the back end, a 5-star guy like that, dude, it's plug and play, and those guys pan out at such a high level. Just, they have so much speed, the measurables there. This guy should be an impact player day 1.
Alabama rolling quickly downfield, set up with another first down. Motion from the wideout. To the air on first down. Makes the grab. It's Horton. After the pickup of 9, it's 2nd and 1.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is, because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
Motion from the back. Quarterback run is part of their game plan. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
If I'm building an offense in today's football, it's not around a quarterback that can't run. I'm going to find an athlete that I can give the ball, because defensively, it starts to limit your coverages. It starts to limit what I can do. It makes me play the quarterback every single play. Just makes your job as a defensive coordinator extremely hard.
To the air, it's Russell. A shot toward the end zone. And they won't be able to connect downfield, looking for a big-time play.
Well, we know this offense hasn't been able to get it going on the ground so far in this game. Now they're trying through the air, but give this defense credit. They've got a really good game plan. They've got all 11 guys on that side of the ball executing perfectly. Fantastic job in the back end that time. Being in...
Throws toward the end zone. And swatted down by the defense to stop the scoring opportunity.
Well, this quarterback has really found a nice rhythm early, and he's in firm control and command of everything that's happening. They've had 2 drives, they've scored 2 touchdowns, and here on their 3rd possession, he still wants to take shots. That one obviously falls incomplete, but if you're him, I would keep spinning the beam.
And a nice job working the middle of the field. I think it's so important to keep defenses honest, and you can't just dink and dunk outside. You got to work the middle. Great job finding this wide receiver on the middle of the field.
Now on the move. Alabama will get the first down.
Well, they get the first down, going for it on 4th and 1, and they're in that fringe area right now in their opponent's territory. So important for them to keep the momentum going because they've got to be thinking, we're scoring points here. We're going to pay this drive off.
Back in motion, trying to clear the picture. A run for the quarterback. Got enough for the first down and wants more. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. The Crimson Tide rolled to that last first down on the ground. Let's see if they go right back to the run. Looking downfield on first down. Fires into the end zone. Touchdown, Bama! Fired in from the red zone for the score.
I'm going to spread you sideline to sideline with all my speed, make you cover the whole field. Nice job by the offense, going with a little spread look, taking advantage of the speed they had on the field, and getting the big touchdown.
And they tacked on the extra point. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. Looks like he's going to bring it out. Gets it out to the 20, about 5 yards short of where he'd be if he had just taken a knee in the end zone. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. They'll start this drive going to the air. They'll throw it to the back on the screen. Crosses the 30. He's got away. They get him out of bounds. Couple of yards short of midfield. They'll mark it at the 48, and this offense is rolling.
Perfect play call against the perfect defense. They came with the blitz, and the offense had this screen pass called at the right time. Running back gets it in his hands. He's got linemen out in front, getting hats on hats. You can't do it any better than that.
Takes the handoff. It's Robinson. They'll finally drag him down, but not before he gets it to the 40, and it's a first down.
It's so nice as an offense to know you can generate explosive plays by handing the football off to this guy. He has got incredible speed.
They'll put it in play from the 40 on 1st and 10. They'll give it to him again.
Well, they're going RPO. Nice job handing it off, and really good vision there, just getting what he can get, right? Puts his foot in the ground, gets forward, helps this offense find positive movements.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Wants to go up top. Can't make the connection. The pressure there caused the missed timing.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. And that one's incomplete. Worth taking a shot there, but couldn't hook up.
It's so nice when you know it's 3rd and long, you know a pass is coming, you worked on it all week, get your feet set at the sticks, understand that quarterback's got to be rushed, get him off of this spot. Nice execution by this defense.
How nice is it as a head coach to have a kicker like this? It makes these decisions on 4th down so much easier. Just trot them out there and let him stroke it through the uprights.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Here we go. They'll try to get something on the board here in the final minute of the first half. To the air, it's Russell. Throws for the tight end. And he dropped it. Just didn't look the thing all the way in.
And we talk to teams week after week and quarterbacks and coaches, and what do they always say, man? Quarterback's best friend is a tight end. Well, that play right there, he wasn't his best friend. You don't see a lot of drops from him, but, man, he had an opportunity to catch that one.
Trying to burn this defensive back. Snags it inside the 20. They get him down, but this offense is set up first and goal from the 9.
All right, defense, I don't know what you're drawing up, but that wasn't it, okay? Wide open wide receivers, miscommunication, whatever it was, got to get that fixed.
This offense has been running up and down the field, and here they are, first and goal, a chance to tack on another one before halftime. He's looking to throw. And the heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. Looking to go up top, and time's running out in the half. Lets it fly. Touchdown tie. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
You know, there's so many coaches out there in 2-minute situations at the end of the half with the lead that'll just be happy taking the lead into halftime. This guy's staying aggressive, though. Pedal to the metal, David, and you saw it paid off there for the touchdown.
Yeah, and let's finish this half now. Now, we got a nice lead. Built a little bit of a lead, but the defense has to go back out there. There's still a little bit of time, so get that stop to keep that momentum you just got, and everybody will be jacked up at halftime.
Not nearly as much as he'd hoped. When he brought it out of the end zone, he'll be stopped at the 15. Enough time to get off a play before we head to halftime. Here's the handoff. Makes it past the marker. Coming out, attacking from deep in their own end, and they're out at the 26 with the first down. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. And after that short game, they'll head to the locker room for halftime. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update. Just about set here in the second half as Auburn about to kick it off. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. They got plenty done through the air in the first half, and we'll see if they even need to look for balance as we start the third quarter.
Well, and I think defensively, you understand, like the running game isn't a big part of the plan. I wonder how they adjust and play more coverage to this pass-happy offense.
Yeah, so you're going to have to be ready if you're a quarterback, then. You're probably going to see some different coverages. You might see a little bit more blitz in the second half as well, so you have to know where your answers are.
To the air, it's Russell. That's caught. It's Young. Turning it on. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down.
The defense has got to be able to make a play at some point here in the second half. You're down 2 possessions. You need to steal a possession badly. You need to have a takeaway. The coverage is going to have to be way tighter than on that last throw. Otherwise, this offense is just going to go up and down the field.
Scrambling away. Fires to the middle. And they're not on the same page there.
Unfortunate with that incompletion. The quarterback and his intended target not on the same page.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Looking to fire. He'll throw it. Got it in the middle. It's Hale. Nice gain on that play, but leaves it a little short of the first down.
Offenses are doing such a great job now with putting so many wide receivers on the field that they get good matchups and they just attack you to make big plays.
On third and short, they keep it on the ground here. Open space at the 25. Touchdown, Alabama! And the beatdown has ensued. The tide is rolling as Alabama starts to pull away from Auburn.
Yeah, and Alabama handling the moment. Obviously, we know they got great players, great tradition, but handling the moment in the Iron Bowl, big stage, a lot of hatred, doing a great job of handling all of that, Palmer.
And Alabama knew coming into this game, you just throw the records out when you're playing your in-state rival, Auburn. What matters is what you do on the field when that first whistle blows. And Alabama simply, in all three phases of the game, they've been better.
Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. Looking to throw on first down. Flushed out of the pocket. Didn't find much running room there. Picks up a few before he's forced out of bounds.
And that's a really good job by this defense because remember, when the quarterback runs, now you got an extra blocker because he's not just handing it off and standing there, and they still did a good job at the point of attack, kind of strung it along and made him run out of bounds.
Wants to adjust the pattern. Back to pass on second down. Looking left. Got him downfield. He's into plus territory, knocked out of bounds after the nice game. Mark it at the 47. You look to be backed up, and then suddenly you're not. Big play has him across the 50, and they'll have it first and 10. Rides the back on the option to give. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line?
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Second down, he'll throw it. Here's the pressure. He was able to squirt free and pick up just a few on that one.
Well, you're making a positive out of a negative. And that time, quarterback, nice job, buying time. He's trying to throw the football downfield. Nothing there. So instead of throwing it away and getting the incomplete, just get what you can get and make this next down more manageable.
Runs through the tackle. Third down conversions are huge, and they've got one, and they're at the 35.
Well, the running back did a nice job there, keeping his feet moving. He was able to drag some defenders with him to get that first down.
Off the play fake on first down to throw. And with not much doing downfield, he found his parents open in the stands and threw it to them.
A nice job by the quarterback there. You're outside the pocket, nobody's open, so you throw the ball away knowing that you still have more chances to get this first down.
Plenty of work to do here on second and long. Back to pass. Catch in the middle. It's Robinson. Just making a play, getting it to the 23-yard line. It'll be first down. And the Tigers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Wants to go up top on first down. Fires to the wideout. He misses his man. The accuracy just not what it needed to be on that play.
Well, you can see the frustration on this guy's face. He's one of the best receivers in college football, and they knew coming into this game that he had to get touches, but you can't say enough about how good this defense has been defending him. They've always had an answer, whether it's single coverage, double coverage, man or zone. They have not let him go off, and that's a big reason why they're winning this game.
Guys, this offense is already reeling down multiple possessions. Really need to cash in on this drive. He won't get there. It'll bring up fourth down.
Now, fourth down.
Auburn doing business in the red zone. They're throwing for it on 4th down. Shoots it to the left. Makes the grab. How about the zip this junior put on that ball to pick up the first down? They were easily within field goal range there, but they don't feel like you can win this game 3 points at a time.
Nah, pass. I mean, you got to be aggressive. You got to get touchdowns, man. You've seen the emphasis. Defenses are willing to give up yards now to make you kick field goals. I like this offense being aggressive. Forget the threes. We need sixes.
Big guy smells it. And he goes down after making the grab. Picked up a few, but he's still short of the first down marker.
This is the area of the field defensively. It really doesn't matter what they've done to get here. You got to bow up, try to force the field goal. Nice job on first down and goal, getting them tackled to the ground.
And after that first down gasher, they're close to the end zone. 2nd and goal coming. Sneaks it into the end zone.
And I tell you what, Reese, I'm not picking a team unless I got a guy that can do something like this at the quarterback spot. I need an athlete. I need a little bit of mobility. It just dictates too much in the defense. QB runs in for 6.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. Smashes it through for the PAT. Precise, relentless execution on that 13-play scoring drive. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. Fielded in the end zone, it's Adams. Gets it across the 20 to the 21, and not quite what he would have picked up just taking the touchback. They'd love to put a long drive together here as they start from their own 21. Wants to throw, it's Russell. He unleashes a long one. Makes the grab on the left side. He's brought down, but this freshman is not afraid to take a shot. This guy is special, and Alabama's had a lot of them. Devontae Smith, Jalen Waddle, Jerry Jeudy, who could make a huge play at the drop of a hat.
Yeah, big plays down the field, you get it to him. You know it could be a home run anytime he touches it. When you start mentioning those names, it just shows you the explosive nature. Everybody you mentioned, you know they can run right by you and hit those home runs, and so far, he's making some big plays in this ballgame.
Good decision by the QB. You're outside the pocket. You're trying to find an open target. No one's open. Throw it away and live to play another day.
Off the play fake. Throws to the wideout. With the catch, it's Hale. And they'll stop him just short of the first down, just inches away from moving the sticks.
QBs and wide receivers spend all offseason together throwing the football in air. I mean, really developing that chemistry and timing. Understanding, I get man coverage, I'm throwing this to you right now.
Tries to surge ahead on the sneak. They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a first down.
And David, on 3rd and inches right there, that's often a decision the quarterback predetermines. Who's my best guard? That's the guy I'm going to try to get behind.
And I know that defensively, too, but I'm just trying to dive and create a pile, but it's so hard to stop that play. That's why you see it ran so successful.
Steps away. He'll pull it down and run. Not a lot of room there. He'll pick up a few before he's forced out of bounds.
I love it. The defense brings extra bodies near the line of scrimmage. They choose to blitz, get to him, try to speed up the processor just a little bit, force the scramble, no damage done. Nice job.
Throws toward the end zone. And they can't hook up, going for the big play on 2nd down. Now it's 3rd down.
And I don't blame this offense at all for throwing the football down here. Like, you can trust him. He's already got 4 touchdown passes on the day. He's proven he's trustworthy. Nice job by the defense, not getting fooled again. They've had a bad day, but that was a good play.
Snagged in the middle, it's Young. They get him down, and that'll be the final play of the 3rd period. We've reached a break, and Alabama has the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. One more period to go, and we'll see just how much fight they've got left in them. with a first down in the final period of this one. Defense looks as if it's coming. From the red zone, he's going to throw it. Pocket breaking down. And here's the pick, and oh, did they need that right now. Nice pickup on the return, but more important, they got the takeaway, and now they're in business.
And his QB's put up a lot of numbers today and had a lot of success, but man, he makes his first mistake. And this defense, they finally capitalize. They get the big turnover and stop.
Yeah, they needed something to go their way finally against the pass, and they get it right there. Now, if you're this quarterback, you got to turn the page quickly. Obviously, they're not going to stop throwing the football. They've had tons of success with this game tonight so far. He's going to be able to have to bounce back from that interception.
You know, as a defense, you kind of want to force the give on the RPO. You want them to run the football, and you can tell maybe the quarterback wishes he pulled this. Small gain, but some information you gathered maybe for the next time you get to run an RPO.
He's going to lose a yard on that one.
I think at this point of the game now in the second half, down by as many points as they are, it's going to be really hard for the offense to sprinkle in the run. They tried it there. It didn't work. I think you got to be thinking about the passing game now and start trying to identify playmakers out in the perimeter of the field that can get you back in this game.
On third and long, try to convert through the air. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's fourth down.
We're talking to the coaching staff coming into tonight. They thought they had to have success throwing the football if they were going to win this game. And one of the biggest reasons why I'd say they're losing right now is because this guy still hasn't thrown a touchdown pass. The defense has been ready for the deep shots. They're ready yet again here late in the game. Nice job forcing that incompletion.
On fourth down, going to the air. Hauls it in easily enough for the first down.
I think if you're the head coach at this point, you're telling your offense, it doesn't matter what's happened up at this point in the game. Obviously, things haven't gone our way, but we have a chance to execute in a 2-minute situation.
Gonna take a shot. Caught at the 25. Touchdown, Tiger. He got a step and just dusted the field.
And man, is that perfect timing. You can tell quarterback drops back. He sees his guy, and he knows he's open, but watch the throw. Deep down the field, Palmer, right in the breadbasket. Nice play, nice pitch and catch.
He did a nice job at getting it up in the air early and allowing his guy to run under the football, locate it, and then make a tough grab. That is the definition of an explosive play.
He's not quite going to get there, and the try for two fails, and they are unable to cut into this lead any further.
35. Auburn, 26.
Now to make sure this kickoff team covers it well to not give back that last score. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. And boy, they missed an opportunity last time throwing that pick in the red zone, David.
And you got to put that frustration behind you. You can't turn it over. That's a cardinal sin. No better than that, Jesse. You can't take points off the board, but you got to move on.
You do. I think he just got way too overeager down in the red zone that last drive. So just come out here, trust your reads, trust what your coaches have told you to do, and just go out and execute the offense.
They've pushed it out to the 39 after picking up 5.
Well, I don't know what the quarterback saw on that last play, but he made a pretty quick decision that he was just going to tuck it and run it, and his offensive coordinator is glad he did. How about the speed by the QB on that play?
Looking for a man. It's Russell. The screen. He's got wheels. Breaks into the open. And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. Now they have extended this lead, guys, starting to put the hammer, but sometimes a rivalry game can give you a little of extra fight back.
And there can be no panic at this point now. You've worked too hard this offseason, David. They've had this game circled for so long. You've got to play your best football right now and fight back.
And you just need something good to happen on this next possession. You've got to get the crowd back into this football game. Big rivalry. Get some emotion. Get some momentum on your side.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead.
38, set to kick this one away.
And he's going to bring it out of the end zone. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. Man, what a drive last time for the touchdown. That passing attack was lethal, David.
Yeah, and you know, you hear all these stupid commentators.
And a sack all the way back at the 5.
And I tell you what, this defense, they've heard all about how great this quarterback is. They came in today with a mission, with a purpose. They've been flying around, harassing him, and making life so hard on this offense.
Going to sling it on second down. And he throws another interception, his third one of the night. Touchdown, Bama! And they turn it into a defensive score.
Really got to be impressed with the defense here. Late in the game, still firing off the ball and still making plays. What a great job.
It's a fake, and the holder showing off that arm. He'll run into the end zone for the two-point conversion, and the trickery pays off. Kickoff unit back to work, and they have been busy as they've built this sizable lead.
Set to kick off.
And he's not going to take the touchback. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. So here comes the Auburn offense. Well, the good news is they threw a touchdown pass last time. It was just to the wrong team, Jesse. Looking deep. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. Working well behind the sticks on second down. They'll throw again after the incompletion. Still looking on the move. Nothing open downfield, so he'll just toss it away.
It's got to be frustrating to be this quarterback in this game, too. He just has never had confidence being able to step up in the pocket and deliver throws. When he gets flushed, they're still taking away all the throws down the field. It's just been one of those days.
Bringing the heat. Pressure's there, and he lets it go. He'll just throw it away, and it'll be fourth down.
And the quarterback gets hit again. We already know this defense has gotten home to him multiple times in this game. So here you are. You're trailing in the game. Defense knows you're going to throw it. They're pinning their ears back. You can't feel very confident right now if you're the play caller, and certainly if you're the quarterback, that you're going to have time to throw.
Okay, let's make some good calls, offense.
On fourth down, looking to pass. Unloads to the wideout. Makes a catch, first down, and maybe a lot more. And they finally make the tackle, but this will be a pretty easy conversion for this offense.
And this offense has got to kick it in high gear now. Making a big play, that is great, but we got to go up-tempo. We got to go fast.
And it's his fourth interception of the night. Looking for more room. He'll be stopped, but not before getting the football and picking up big yardage on the return. What a play there. Here comes that Alabama offense. Dropping back, it's Russell. Quarterback can't pull the trigger, and down he goes at the 41.
I love the defensive effort there. They didn't get him right away. They stayed after him. He was scrambling, going backwards. They get the sack on the first play of the drive.
The Crimson Tide just hoping at least to get some of the yardage back here on second down. receiver wasn't ready for the throw. Incomplete. The Crimson Tide a long, long way from the line to gain here on third down. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. And they can't make the play on third down.
Every defense in the country talks about getting offenses in predictable third and long situations where I can bring on more speedsters and I know the pass is coming so I can have more success.
Let's see what he can do with it. Couldn't get away from that cover team, and they've got him down at the 23. Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. This thing has sort of gotten away the last couple of possessions. They've been a little too generous, David.
Yeah, like a non-profit, man, like a charity, giving the football away too much. Got to take care of the football, Jesse. Otherwise, you've got no shot to win this football game.
You're right, man. At this level of college football, it doesn't matter how talented you are. It doesn't matter who you're playing. If you're sloppy, you put the football on the ground or you throw picks, you're going to find yourself behind on the scoreboard.
Clock stops, and we've reached the 2-minute timeout. This offense looking for anything to cut into this big lead. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Wants to go up top. He wants a big play here late. He's got it inside the 15. He's there to make the stop, but not before. He sets up this offense first and goal from the 7.
I love when you back the defense off. If you want to get aggressive, I'll take shots down the field, make the defense play more conservative, and now what? Now you're in the red zone with a chance to get some points.
Touchdown, Auburn! Great job by the back on the option. Precision blocking up front, created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
They had the extra point to finish the drive. They're set to kick it off. Do you think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? Coming out with it, it's Adams. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. They'll start this drive from the 18-yard line. A designed run for the quarterback. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Looking downfield, it's Russell. Under fire. Grabbed in the backfield, it's Miller. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Alabama with a ton of ground to cover on this third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Dances away. Now he's going to send this one deep to the right. He's got it along the sideline. They'll make the stop, but that first down ought to ice it, and they should be able to kneel this one out. This offense absolutely humming as they come to the line again. Release to the back. Just too much mustard on that one. Can't miss the target that badly.
I'm a little bit surprised they're still throwing the football here this late in the game with this kind of lead. They're on first down, taking a shot, falls incomplete, but obviously they're still seeing matchups that they want to take advantage of in the back end of this defense, so they're letting it fly.
On target to the left. And another big game for this offense. They are putting explosive pass after explosive pass up in this one. Alabama with a 1st and 10 here. Looking to throw on first down. Buys a little extra time. Fires to the wideout. He's got it. This freshman quarterback is slinging it out there to pick up that first down.
You know, it's interesting. At this point of the game, with the lead in the fourth quarter, the defense is expecting them to run the ball. And because they're putting so many guys close to the line of scrimmage, they're taking advantage, throwing it 2 straight completions now back-to-back.
Here's a heat. Incomplete behind the receiver. Maybe this freshman got a little too anxious.
And it's nice to be a QB in this spot. He's had a great day. A great day. They've built a huge lead now. Incompletion's okay. Just take care of the football. Don't throw that thing to the other team.
Back to pass, it's Russell. Using his legs, keeping his eyes downfield. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on.
And you get more and more hits on the QB like this right there. More and more making him scramble out of the pocket to the right. That's winning. He's going to start to see ghosts. He'll start to panic. He'll start to speed up that processor. Nice job by the defense making that quarterback feel very, very uncomfortable.
Another incompletion on third down.
And I'm not surprised they're letting him throw the football down here near the end zone. Like, that dude's been really, really good. And you can trust him. They trust him in this offense. Great job by this defense playing the pass, breaking on the football, and making sure he doesn't get another touchdown.
Field goal is good. And that lead grows even bigger.
And they just tack on more points to this big lead. Listen, fourth quarter sitting extremely pretty. All we got to do, not give up big plays, make them earn everything they get the rest this way, and we looking pretty good.
He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he had just taken the touchback. This drive will start from the 19-yard line. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. He's taking a deep shot. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive.
Well, man, we've seen explosive offensive firepower all game long, and here we are late in an obvious passing situation trying to get this thing close. The big INT. Finally, the defense makes a play, and David, it looks like they just closed the door on this one.
Well, and you know, Mr. Quarterback, defense wins championships. And how do you seal a game? The defense coming up with a big moment. Yes, obvious passing situation. You know they're going to throw it. The big INT, and that might seal their fate.
The latest edition of this